Okay, I think it's going.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. It is officially start time, our favorite night of the week for our weekly continuing education series. This is the fourth installment. This is class number 4 for this round. And the topic tonight is oils for every age. And we're so glad that you can join here. This is literally a topic that's for everyone, right? All the way from, the topics are going to span from pregnancy and birth all the way to end of life care. And so I really just want to give you a few little reminders to have your notebook handy, have a pen. I would gather up some of your favorite oils that you like to keep you focused and alert so you can be using those as we go tonight. We know these classes can be kind of fast paced, but full of amazing information. You're going to want to write down some tips and maybe some fun little recipes that you might learn tonight. And feel free to keep inviting people on to these classes to join you. If you found this in educational and informational, then invite people to join, okay? And next week is going to be the class that's all about skincare. It's essential skincare, and I'm actually going to be the one teaching the class next week. And I'm super excited to share more on kind of a deeper dive on that. There's also going to be, so the way the flow will work is we get to hear from Annette Jukes. She's our very dear friend, Annette and Jeremy. They're in Indianapolis area. And she's the one that actually kind of like tapped on my shoulder several years ago and said, we really think that you should consider homeschooling. We think you would love it as much as we're loving it. And so we never thought in a million years we would homeschool, but we picked the best time in the whole world ever to try homeschooling last year, right? So I have her and Jeremy and their kids to thank for kind of winning us over to that. And that's been a fun adventure. And they're presidential diamonds with doTERRA. And you're just going to love the way she presents and teaches. I always learn so much from Annette. And she's going to be kind of co-teaching together tonight with Ashley. And I can't wait for you all to get to know Ashley. She's another leader of ours in doTERRA. That's in, Ashley, you're also in Indiana. Is that right?
I'm actually out in what Annette and Jeremy refer to as the Middle East in Maryland.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Sweet. Well, I'm so excited for the co-collaboration that we have happening. I'm at a live event that my parents are doing for their doTERRA Spring Tour with Simone Lesu here in Columbus, Ohio. So that's where I am. And anyhow, this is going to be a power-packed evening. For any of you that maybe have already gone through the whole round and you might be just like picking up as this is your last class, remember, when you complete all 8, you get to get a special gift, a graduation gift. And so be sure, if this is your final class to get of the 8, then be sure to send an email out to your leader and let them know that you have now completed the round. And there's also going to be a link at the very end of every class where we give you a chance to register your attendance with a special keyword and a chance to win special prizes that Annette is raffling off tonight. So you're going to want to stay tuned for all of that. You're not going to want to miss it. And okay, Ashley and Annette, the floor is yours.
All right. And Ashley was going to kick it off here for a bit.
Yeah. So thank you. First of all, Karina, thank you so much for doing these and putting these on. My team has found so much value in this. And so we're really grateful that you guys are taking the time to do this for all of us and opening it up for all of us. So thanks everybody for joining us this evening. I am super excited to be here and even more excited to introduce our amazing presenter tonight. Annette Jukes is, as Karina mentioned, a presidential diamond with doTERRA, and I am super blessed to be able to call her my upline. Annette and her husband Jeremy just actually celebrated their 9th anniversary with doTERRA. But before doTERRA, Annette actually worked as a CPA, as a VP of Finance and HR for a pretty big corporation. And actually, after 2 years of working on her doTERRA business, she was actually able to bring Jeremy home from work with her And so they've been working the biz. They have an RV. I know they like to travel around in a lot, and they homeschool their 5 kids. Yes, 5 kids. So there is nobody more qualified to present on the topic tonight of oils for every age. So in fact, their youngest son, Thomas, who is the cutest little guy ever, aside from my own 2 boys, of course. But he is an oil baby, and Annette was able to have a completely natural birth with him thanks to doTERRA. Woo, that's a huge deal. Way to go, Annette. Annette is a business mastermind. Okay, I cannot tell you how much she has helped me over the years with strategy and growing my business, helping me accomplish my goals. She truly has a servant heart and such a strong desire to see people succeed with their health and their wealth. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the floor over to Miss Annette.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. I just love Ashley. We have gone way back, and it has been so much fun. We've explored the Middle East with you guys, and have been over there a couple different times to visit her and her team and all the other team out there and all the leaders. And my kids just, like yesterday, I asked them where they would like to go this summer. And I said, hey, I need to brainstorm where we're going to go so we can start planning. And 2 of them said, I want to go back to Gettysburg. And that's where that's Ashley's backyard. She loves the group. They love the people. And they just wanted to reconnect and love the area too. So anyway, that just speaks a lot for that team out there. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see this awesome presentation. Oh goodness, I'm not. Okay, 1 second as it comes up. Okay, share. And thanks for all the chatting. I'm seeing a lot of awesome comments. Okay, hopefully everybody can see this. It's coming up. Ashley, give me thumbs up when you see something. Yay, awesome. Okay, and like Ashley said, she gave a wonderful introduction, and so did Carrie. Thank you for that, Carrie. We didn't expect Carrie to even have a chance to get on tonight because she's at an event with doTERRA tonight. But a little bit about this, like she said, is broken down into 3 main categories: pregnancy and newborn, toddler, and then we get into the children, adolescents, and then into adults and into the glory years. So it's broken down into those 3 categories. And why I said yes to this one is I absolutely adored using these oils, not only in my pregnancy, but with my newborn, my children, myself, and seeing my parents thriving with doTERRA and all their products. So I have a little bit of a story on every area that we're going to be covering tonight. And it started with, when I when I found out I was pregnant with my son. He is now 4, he just turned 4 years old. But back then I was so happy to finally get a chance to have a doTERRA baby, because 4 of my children were born pre-doTERRA. So I never had that opportunity to use oils during pregnancy. And it's such a different game-changing experience to have these products at the time of pregnancy. So just a couple things I wanted to introduce you guys to before I talk about the products was 2 resources that I heavily leaned on. There is one, and it is a book by Stephanie Fritz. And she is called the Essential Midwife on Facebook, but she wrote a book called Baby's Birth and Beyond. I have it sitting around here, and I thought I had it right here with me, but I wanted, oh, here it is. It's called Essential Oils, Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. Okay, this book is an amazing book. She has a 2nd edition already now. I still just have the 1st edition because every time I grab the 2nd edition, I give it away to somebody that is expecting. So it never stays on my shelf long. So if you know somebody that is expecting or planning to have children and babies soon, this would be a great gift for them because it covers everything from preparing for pregnancy to all the trimesters, all the way through to delivery and even to newborn care. So fantastic book, highly recommend it. And then another resource I wanted to share with you, just because it was so profound for us, is a gal named Debbie Gordon. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's a Blue Diamond in doTERRA. And Ashley, have you heard of Debbie Gordon?
I actually have not. I do love Stephanie Fritz, but I have not heard of her.
Awesome. Well, Debbie, she is not only a Blue Diamond, but her background is in delivering babies. So she did it in hospitals for many years, and then she went into becoming trained in hypnobirthing, and she was our hypnobirthing trainer. So we did a Zoom with her for 8 weeks and learned how to have a natural delivery that had basically no pain. So it was a night and day experience from my previous birthing experience. So I highly recommend reaching out to Debbie Gordon if you're interested in doing a natural, and she is a natural delivery, and she is steeped in doTERRA. She's a Blue Diamond in doTERRA, so knows the oils and the products thoroughly, and it was just a super support. So now to dive into the oils and the products. The first one I'm going to talk about, and we can't ever miss this, is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. The Lifelong Vitality Pack was something I had used all the way up to pregnancy with my son Thomas. I had been on Lifelong for 5 years. And this product had changed my life so much because of a lot of my issues that I had pre-doTERRA went away with them. Like I had a constant dry eye syndrome that affected my eyes so much that in the morning it was hard to open my eyes. And this product, because of the omega in there, helped the dry eye. It helped my energy. It helped take away the stiffness in my joints. So many wonderful benefits and just that vitality feeling. And also my mental clarity improved, no more foggy brain. So when I heard a lot of people recommending this for pregnancy also, it was a no-brainer to me. I had heard doctors speak on it. I heard OBGYN speak on it. You know, the Essential Midwife spoke on it in her book. And I just knew I was going to use this. So when I went to my OBGYN, who had become a midwife later down the road, she had been practicing as a midwife too. But all of her years mainly was in traditional hospital settings. She gravitated to natural later in her career, and she looked at this product, read it, and completely embraced it and said, this is fantastic. Of course, use this. Now, this is night and day what I had probably started on with my first baby. My first baby, my original OBGYN had said, go to Target, pick up the Target prenatal. You know, night and day when you look on what's in those products, we're talking comparing a synthetic supplement to a whole food nutrient that is going to nourish the baby, help the growth, help the mom. And it's just night and day. And I felt the difference. So my first baby I was 26 years old. And fast forward, I was almost 40 by like 6 days when I delivered Thomas. And I felt every bit as good, if not better, when I was almost 40 than when I was 26. My pregnancy was smooth. He was healthy. I never had any issues. And I know just feeding my body good nutrients was key. And, you know, all the work I had done up into that by using doTERRA's products, the oils, the supplements, the cleanse, was a great foundation. And so another product we're going to talk about in pregnancy, and a lot of people may not consider this oil because of what it's known for, is the Slim and Sassy. So if you have ever used Slim and Sassy or heard of it, you've probably heard of it in relation to weight management. I don't know, has anybody ever used this product before? The Slim and Sassy? Yes. Yeah, so I see some hands raised, and I can't see everyone. I wish I could. I can only see a few of you at a time. But thank you for raising your hand. Yes, Slim and Sassy is traditionally known as a weight management tool. It curbs appetite, and it helps with metabolism. But what people don't realize is it is the elixir for pregnancy. It is so fabulous because the top needs in pregnancy are typically, you know, the traditional needs would be nausea, energy, swelling, constipation, blood sugars need some support. And this oil kind of covers all those bases. So the ginger is the #1 oil to help with nausea. When it comes to treatments to prevent nausea, you think about it when you get on a boat, on a cruise ship, ginger is just a natural thing to help with sickness. And so that can stop the gag reflex. It just hinders that so that people don't feel like vomiting. Peppermint would be the #2 for helping with nausea. Then you go over into grapefruit oil, which is in this blend, and that helps with swelling. And swelling can occur in ankles, can occur in the hands. One thing that was very interesting to me is looking back during this pregnancy, I did not have to ever have no rings on my fingers. So in my earlier ones, I remember about halfway in, once I took my rings off, I never could get them back on. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that during pregnancy, but where your fingers just get swollen. Well, during this pregnancy, for some reason that didn't happen. And it may be because I was using some of these products. Slim and Sassy was on occasion used for me. And then you have cinnamon oil, which is in this blend, and that helps with blood sugar balance. So it's a great thing because some women do have that challenge during pregnancy when their blood sugar levels start going up. So just a fabulous, fabulous product. Okay, let's see. Next, the Aroma Touch. So how many of you guys love Aroma Touch and use Aroma Touch? Raise your hands. I know I can see all right, Jessica, I see you raising your hand. Awesome. And I love this product too. And during pregnancy, this oil plus a few others became one of my BFFs. So I didn't have a lot of normal things that happened during pregnancy. I never got nauseous. I didn't have that morning sickness. The one thing I did have though was called round ligament pain. Round ligament, it's in the pelvic region where you get so much pain from the ligament stretching that it's hard to walk. Even early on, it seemed like that was already shifting and I had a lot of pain just walking. So it would affect all that lower pelvic area and my lower back. So my husband would take Aroma Touch and he would just rub it on my back. And he layered at that time white fir, and now you can use Siberian fir instead. Copaiba, lavender, and marjoram. Those oils rubbed was such a relief to me. And I just loved the touch too. Of course, you feel like taken care of, but that lessened a lot of the pain that I was experiencing. And in previous pregnancies, I had to wear this brace thingy to hold my stomach up. And in this one, I didn't. With the support of the oils and the supplements, I didn't ever have to go to that length. Another oil is copaiba, and I just mentioned that helps with any kind of discomforts, headache, pain, and it also can help with boosting breast milk. But a couple oils that are very popular for boosting breast milk production would be fennel and basil oil. And it's just applied to the breast area, the breast tissue. Okay, now we're getting into newborn care. And newborn, now this is something that was precious to me because when I was in the hospital, I looked like the doTERRA product showcase, I think. Whenever nurses would come in, it was like they were walking into the doTERRA convention product showcase because I had all of my oils out and I was using them, I was diffusing them. And these oils were a welcome to use. And I knew that I was keeping my room safe from pathogens when I was diffusing in the hospital room. And I was preparing my body for my baby for a very natural welcome into the world. So frankincense is something that is commonly used on newborns. It's super gentle. You can even use it straight if you have to on newborns because it's so gentle. but it's so powerful on the other hand. This was an oil everyone knows that was brought to baby Jesus. It was fit for a king. It was used in so many ways back then. It's kind of a multi-purpose oil. Some people anoint their babies with frankincense. You can also use it for healing of different nature. And the balance is also good for calming the nervous system. When my son Thomas was just a few weeks old, I noticed when he was nursing, he was super relaxed and his little arm shook a couple times in a weird way, kind of just shook, like the jitters on just one of his arms. And I thought, oh, this is strange. So I took him to one of our natural gals. She's an herbalist and steeped in oil. She knows oils really well. And she told me what to put balance on him. That's just a sign of a nervous system kind of being a little amped up. So balance on his feet calmed his nervous system down. Myrrh. Now, myrrh is another baby Jesus oil, right? Myrrh was so good to help with newborns. Some people put it on the umbilical cord when a baby's born to help it heal up. It's kind of like a liquid Band-Aid. People sometimes even use it on their gums. It's like a Band-Aid no matter where you put it. And I loved to use the blend Immortelle. So if you know what's in Immortelle, you would know why, because myrrh's in there, frankincense is in there, helichrysum is in there, rose. Now you guys might be using Immortelle for other things than what I used it for, but Immortelle is a powerful tool for newborns and for birthing. So for maybe adults, they would maybe use it on their skin, beautifying their skin, anti-aging properties. But when it comes to newborns and to birthing, what I loved is it's the multi-purpose tool. And I created a spray, and I took my Immortelle and put half of the little spray, like a 2-ounce spray bottle, half of it was Immortelle, the other half was fractionated coconut oil. So this served in several ways. One way, it is a peri spray. So peri spray is one way to use this. Another way was on a newborn boy's circumcision. So in the hospital, the choice was petroleum jelly. And I was like, wow, okay. So I had read up and I learned a lot from the Essential Midwife and from Debbie Gordon that you can use this Immortelle dilution on the circumcision. And the nurse kind of pushed back a little bit on me. She swore by this petroleum jelly. And, we put a little bit of that on him. And I first sprinkled a little bit of the fractionated coconut oil to dilute it more. I put it after the diaper change, put a little bit more coconut oil, then did a little spray of this Immortelle dilution. And by the next time the nurse came in, she's like, whoa, wow, he's healing up. He looks great. So that is another way of using it. Another way to use this blend is on stretch marks. So you can spray it onto the tummy and it helps stretch marks. And last, you can put it on the baby's umbilical cord to help it heal up. So this Immortelle blend includes the myrrh, includes frankincense, plus other powerful oils. And that's why I felt like it was the number one go-to for that. Okay, so now we're on to some other things here. When it comes to babies and they are fussy and crying, it boils down to usually they have a tummy ache. And babies can't speak, they can't say what's wrong with them, but at that, they're either tired, they're hungry, or they have a tummy ache. Sometimes it's maybe what mama's eaten and it comes out in the breast milk. If mom ate some cheese, maybe it didn't agree with the baby, and the baby is, hunkering down and is just, struggling because it has a tummy ache. Well, that's when we turn to our tamer. And when we had Thomas, tamer was not out. Tamer is a newer blend. So I used a little recipe that included some of the oils in tamer. And I noticed that it worked like a charm. So I feel like tamer is a must for a new baby, and the blend called Calmer. So if you've ever seen those two alone, I think would be the best little baby shower gift, because usually baby's hungry, tired, or tummy ache. And if you can just put those two things on, you know you've covered your bases, and baby's going to be happy and relaxed and sleep well. And it's such a gentle approach that is safe. Another thing you can use is the unscented lotion, and you can do your own DIY. You can put your lavender in there or Roman chamomile and put that on the baby. We tend not to use a lot of lotions on our baby. Our babies just don't have dry skin. So I tended to lean towards just using the tamer or the calmer. Okay. Now, when it comes to babies, we also have, or now we're getting into children. So we're out of the baby stage here. We're getting into children. And when it comes to children, it's important that they have a solid foundation with their nutrients, just like us. And doTERRA did the best thing. They basically made a mini version of the Lifelong Vitality for children. So the A to Z chewable is a whole food nutrient that is like the VMZ and the Alpha CRS all together. So that is the A to Z chewable for children. And then your IQ Mega replaces the Omega in the Lifelong Vitality. So they get the both of them to round out their diet to make sure they're getting enough of their vitamins and minerals. And the IQ Mega is going to support brain development, their skin, their cardiovascular health. And as they develop, we want to make sure we're including enough omegas, healthy omegas for their brains. And then you have the PB Junior. And have you guys tasted this before? Raise your hand if you're on the screen. I can see 6 of you if you've tasted this product. Okay, nobody I'm looking at has tasted this. Okay, 1, not yet. Okay, guys, this is a lovely thing that they have brilliantly designed to make taste good for children. And probiotics is so important because especially if they've ever been on an antibiotic. When my daughter, who is now 16, was a baby, she had to be on antibiotics. This was before oils. I didn't know about oils. doTERRA wasn't even in existence when my daughter was born. So my daughter was on a few rounds of antibiotics for her ear infections. And shortly thereafter, she started struggling with eczema. And what I later found out was that eczema really is an internal issue. It's not just a topical issue. And we were trying to put creams and different ointments on her, and nothing was helping until it was recommended to me that she, and actually it was our pediatrician who recommended a probiotic. And we gave her probiotic and we reduced her sugar intake, and voila, her eczema disappeared. And her eczema was really harsh. It was very, very painful for her. It was very itchy. She would itch it in her sleep to the point where she was bleeding. So we were really searching for a solution for this. And, once she got that probiotic in her system, her gut balanced out, her healthy flora crowded out all the yeast and the pathogens that were aggravating her skin. So that's, it's super important that we are making sure that our guts are healthy. Okay, now we have the On Guard Touch NB-lets. So I think Ashley mentioned, and Carrie as well, that we have homeschooled for 5 years. So we don't always see children on a daily basis. Sometimes we are just at home doing school, but we are in enough different extracurricular things that we see kids. And once a week we have homeschool co-op. And at the very beginning of the season, all the families come together and for this homeschool co-op. So anyway, all right. How are you guys doing out there? You guys doing good? I am not seeing any of the chats. Hopefully, I better pull that up. Okay. So, and Ashley, if you see anything that is pertinent, please just pipe in on the chat, or you can.
I'm taking notes on questions for you.
Okay, perfect. Yes, we will answer those at the end. Okay, awesome. So we talked a little bit about Tamer, and we've talked about, how we can use the On Guard Touch, which is diluted, but they also created this wonderful kids line. And the kids line is the no-brainer approach to using oils. It was formulated for children. It's diluted just right for children that we just can't mess it up. So if our 2-year-old grabs it and rolls it all over their face, it's okay. It's not going to hurt them. It's diluted enough that it wouldn't cause any trouble. Whereas you would hate for a child to pick up an oregano bottle or a lemongrass bottle or cassia and get it on their skin, because it would be so hot that it would cause some sensitivity. But this kids collection has been foolproof. It's just so safe. And what I love about it is the smells and the scents are also kid friendly. So our children, of course, like I said, the Calmer is a favorite of ours, Tamer. But in our homeschool, we have a little 9-year-old that her emotions can come and go. And she's the one that will push back on things like spelling or phonics, which is really not making my husband very happy, because his favorite subject is phonics. And it's not mine, so I can kind of relate to why she wouldn't want to do it, but he loves it and he thinks she should do it every single day. And she doesn't like it. So what we find is we have to have a routine with our products and our oils. There's 3 things that create a successful homeschool experience for our daughter, Victoria. 1, has she eaten breakfast? If the check, okay. Number 2, has she put her oils on? 2 oils she uses are Steady and Thinker. Steady is like the children's form of balance. It steadies the emotions, keeps you steady, grounding, and it smells lovely. The main smell in this is magnolia. So it's such a pretty smell that is something she wouldn't be opposed to. I don't think she would like balance as much, but she loves Steady. And then Thinker. Thinker is your brain power oil. Thinker has peppermint, which helps energize the brain, oxygenate the brain, helps with memory. Rosemary is also a brain power oil. It's known as the oil of knowledge. So anybody who needs help with memory, rosemary is fantastic to diffuse or to put a little on your temple, smell it. And then vetiver is in Thinker, and vetiver helps focus, stay the course. And then number 3, she just has to get started on her oils or on her work. And we can put something as boring as phonics in front of her. And if she's done her checklist, she will have a super successful day and she'll be an A+ student. So just, I just want to mention that to people, that if you have children or grandchildren or you're a teacher, just know that these can really make a huge difference in your experience. And we know that she's learning a lot more because she's open and motivated and absorbing and enjoying the process and not pushing back on it. Okay. All right, now we're getting into teens and preteens. So this is where my older bunch is. We have twins that are 13, 2 girls that are 13, and we have a 16-year-old daughter too. So those 3 would find themselves in this category. The HD Clear Skin Care system is a fantastic system to use. And some people love it and they use this primarily. My daughters, for some reason, they're like me. They have, my skin was always finicky. So I would have to, I use Barrage because my skin's kind of sensitive. And I've noticed my daughters like to alternate between Barrage and HD Clear, because HD Clear, they feel is drying where Barrage helps retain moisture balance. So they alternate between the 2, which is totally fine to do. And they've also noticed that when they're doing the focusing on internal health, like using Lifelong Vitality or the cleanse products and supplements like the GX Assist and the Zendocrine, keeping their internal cleansed, their skin looks better. So that's a little thing that they notice when it's starting to break out. They need to go back and see what are they doing to support internal. Lifelong vitality for teens. So with teens, they don't really need as much as adults. So we recommend half a dose, which is good for them. They don't have to remember doing it twice a day like we do. And they do it in the morning. It gives them that boost of energy. And we love it because as their bodies are growing and changing and, they're in different athletic programs. Our 3 girls are in track and it's a high endurance sport. We know that it gives them an extra boost of energy. It helps repair their muscles after they work out. And we just know it's overall great for their growth and development. Okay. Now, also for teens, and I would say this is for the entire home, the adaptive line. So just to make a happy home, a happy environment. And I know a lot of you guys are probably CEOs of your home environment, right? All moms are and grandmas. And I'm sure there's some men on here, but I know in our household, I am the CEO of our home. And I choose to create our environment with diffusing. And I know that if the home is a little on edge, if dad needs to calm down, I turn to the diffuser and I pick some oils. Usually it's adaptive because it helps just make everybody more happy, peaceful, calm. And so hopefully y'all love that. And I see, yes, a lot of some love adaptives on here. And then you have Claricum. And again, this is not just for teenagers, but some teenagers have bad menstrual cramps. They get moody, mood swings. And this oil is a fantastic blend to balance hormones. And you can roll it directly over the areas where somebody's experiencing menstrual cramps. And I have heard people say within 3 to 5 minutes, those menstrual cramps have been eliminated. So I'm not somebody who tends to get those. So I have not needed to use Claricum a lot in my time with doTERRA, but I know a lot of people that absolutely love it. Also, this says teens, but people, if you are experiencing some hot flashes, it's great on the back of your neck before bed, if that's when they arise, and they can prevent that from occurring. Okay, now we're into the third portion of our discussion tonight, and it is the adult section. So that's, I guess, where I am now. It's funny how as we age, our age, we tend to look at age differently. My parents, they're about 70, and it's like 70 is the new 50. And it's just so interesting how as we age, we don't feel like we're a certain age, but we are. We're like 20 at heart. But I'm now 44 and I still have as much vitality, probably more than when I was in my 20s. And I know it's because of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I love the portion they put in here for energy, and they put alpha lipoic acid in here. They put quercetin, alpha acetyl L-carnitine, and ginkgo biloba is in here. And years and years ago, before doTERRA, my doctor had given me, had recommended I use alpha lipoic acid. And I went and I got the dose and I started taking it, and I felt super jittery and just bad. It made me feel bad, almost like a steroid feeling, like jittery, on edge. It was a yucky feeling, and I think the amount was wrong or something was wrong about that. But when it comes to Lifelong Vitality, they have made sure that the amounts in here are just right. They're just right. They keep us balanced. And I've felt such great energy without that jittery feeling. So I think they've nailed it when it comes to getting the balance right and the amounts right, because we can get that energy, but we can still sleep well at night with it. So there's a happy balance with all that. And mental clarity. So before doTERRA, I would get a lot of brain fog. And at one point when the kids were really little, I would get kind of dizzy. And I remember picking up toys off the ground and standing up and feeling dizzy. And I think that's just because I really needed some solid nutrients and I needed to cleanse. And with the doTERRA products and supplements, I've never experienced that. And I see somebody else says I'm dizzy all the time. So yeah, that has helped me just doing the cleanse, the lifelong, and using the oils. Okay, now this is an area I just love, and I hope I'm doing okay on time. Let's see, 8:43. So the Terrazyme. If anybody's ever seen Boy Truman, they would know that Terrazyme is his like favorite product besides Lifelong Vitality. And I would have to agree with him. Out of all the products and supplements, this is something I use most regularly in addition to Lifelong Vitality. At the age of 40 and above, our bodies naturally start diminishing the amounts of natural enzymes our bodies produce. You know, our bodies produce enzymes in different parts of the body, you know, in our saliva when we chew, our pancreas, our gut, our stomach, you know, we're producing these enzymes. And as we age, our enzyme production diminishes. So one of the herbalists I know at the age of 40, she thinks everybody should be on an enzyme. And Terrazyme is like a global enzyme. It covers the basis. Sometimes you'll go and see enzymes that have like 1 or 2 enzymes in there. But when you look at the back of Terrazyme, you'll see there's a ton of different enzymes in there. And you can see like protease. If you stick ASE on the back of anything, that's an enzyme. So protease breaks down protein. You know, amylase, you have galactosidase, lipase, lactase. Lactase breaks down lactose in dairy. And a lot of us have trouble, and we don't really even know what areas we have trouble in, but it's because of our bodies are either not receiving it with our food or not making it on our own. So some people have trouble digesting like breads, which tends to be probably where I am. So if I eat pizza, I know Terrazyme is a must. And some people have trouble with dairy. Some people have trouble with beans. You know, the galactosidase helps break down the beans. So if you have trouble with that, we like to soak our beans and make them old school way because that also helps with digestion. But if you're not able to do that and you're using canned beans, Terrazyme can really help you out. So yeah, and Terrazyme helps keep you regular. And another thing during, this goes back to pregnancy, we found that sometimes if a baby is having trouble with the mother when mother is drinking dairy, if mother is using Terrazyme, baby won't have as many digestive issues. So just a little note on that. Lemon, of course, you guys know lemon's great to use every day in your water. Great to start your day with that. It's very alkalinizing and it helps your detox channels just get moving. Okay, and Europalm. So Europalm, does anyone use Europalm on their skin? Yes. Okay, I see Lita. Okay, I'm taking a little view every now and then. I scoot over and I try to see because I really love seeing people's faces, and it's very hard for me not to see people and talk. So yay, yes, and you look lovely, Lita. So I'm sure it's working for you. The Europalm is fantastic. It has a way of digging deep into your skin tissue and boosting collagen. So I loved hearing the other night on an intro class, there was a gal who's 73 years old and just swore by Europalm. She was like raving how wonderful it made her skin feel and the texture, and how it boosted. It just made the wrinkles seem smoother because it kind of boosts that collagen in your skin. So we love to use it that way. Also, Europalm is just a good wound care. It's a wonderful skin healer. In ancient times, or many years ago, traditionally, Europalm was used by soldiers in the field. They would put it on wounds. And next we have here is DDR, and that stands for damaged DNA repair. So this is good to keep our cells healthy, and it supports the process of apoptosis, which means that it will find cells that are unhealthy and help the body get rid of them and supports healthy cell regeneration. So it's a fantastic tool. You can drink it. Have you ever drank it in a water before? Anybody? If you want, it doesn't taste awesome, but it's doable. 1 or 2 drops in a glass of water, or you can take it in a soft gel, or you could put it on the bottoms of your feet. So those are the different ways. Diana uses it in a veggie cap daily. So there's a few different ways you can use this. Okay, because of time, I think I'm gonna fly through a few of these and just we'll be wrapping up with the glory years. We don't want to forget this time. So this is a time where people should be feeling their best because they want to enjoy life. You know, they've been working hard. Sometimes they're going into retirement and it's time to have fun, travel, enjoy the grandchildren. And who doesn't want great energy and vitality? Who wants to feel great at that time? So a few things that we would use at that time. One thing is the coconut oil. So at that age, sometimes people's skin's a little more sensitive. Skin is thinner sometimes. And so using coconut oil with your oils is important. I did hear a testimony the other night on a class. There was a gal who said she had been enrolled for 1 year and she started using frankincense under her tongue every day, a couple drops, 2 to 3 drops a day. And she noticed on this call, she said, one thing that has been very evident is a change in her skin. So she used to have really papery thin skin that was really sensitive. And she said it's no longer papery thin, it looks more youthful. And number 2, she said the bruising she used to get on her skin has diminished. Like she doesn't even see any bruises anymore. And she's thinking it has to be the frankincense that she's been using every day. So that was just a wonderful testimony there. And then lifelong vitality, of course, blood pressure, energy, that's just a key thing. Bone nutrients, another one, and this is to help keep our bones strong. And if you guys saw the class that Lori Voss taught a couple weeks ago, she had a wonderful test. So she went back to get her bones tested because she had seen that she needed to support her bones. Oh, I see somebody shaking their bone nutrient in their screen. Awesome. Well, Lori Voss went and she's been using the bone nutrient and she saw that her bone density score improved. So she was thrilled to see that what she's been doing by using the supplements has been helping her. I do love that this has magnesium as well as vitamin 2, D2 and D3, as well as calcium. And this is one that's kind of nice to take at night because it has magnesium. It's going to be relaxing to your muscles. It's great for your digestive system. It relaxes your bowels too, so it helps things keep regular. But it's very relaxing, so you can, start relaxing down for bed. Okay, the last product here is turmeric. And this is an overall just powerful tool to support your healthy body systems, helps your cardiovascular, your inflammatory response, as well as many other systems, your skin, your digestive, but keeping inflammation low at this time of life is key. But we use it, all of us use it. My teens use it for recovery, for track. My husband uses it for his knees. So anyone can use this. It's a wonderful product. And it combines the oil of turmeric with the curcumin powder. So that brings it to an 11 times more effective rate of effectiveness because they have combined that. And that's a proprietary system that doTERRA developed for us. Okay. And as I wrap this up, I want to make a comment why this is so key in this time of life is because, and my parents are on here, I believe. I saw my mom. I can't see her face right now, but she's on here somewhere. And, my parents have been in doTERRA as long as I have, 9 years. And my mom and my dad, they're around 70. My dad just turned 70. My mom's 69. And they are on no medications at their age, none. And not to say they always have been. They had years of, blood pressure stuff. My mom's had ulcers. My dad has, different things, allergy shots and, reflux stuff. But when they got into doTERRA, those things started going away. They started finding results. And they are in such great shape now that I never remembered my mom being a super athletic person or anything, but she has signed up to become, she's starting to take a certification training in yoga. Like she is starting that like next week, and she's 69. Okay. She is learning and taking this rigorous program to become a yoga instructor. And that, I think, a lot of this has to do with the lifestyle that doTERRA has brought to our family. So that's just really cool to me to witness that. And the other day, it was hilarious to me, but my mom taught my daughter some yoga moves. Like we went down to Jasper, and my mother was leading a yoga session with our 16-year-old, and she loved it. And a couple days, like the next day or so, we came back home to Greenwood, and my mom, Ava, said, "Oh my goodness, I am so sore from grandma's yoga. I'm so sore." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And so she goes, "But I loved it. She did such a good job." And so I texted my mom. I said, "Mom, you wouldn't believe I just want to tell you, Ava loved your yoga class that you did with her. And she is so sore." And my mom texts back and she said, "Well, tell Ava, grandma's not sore." And I just had to laugh at that. I mean, grandma's not sore and she's 69. Okay, so just a little bit of, that these oils and products are for everyone to feel their best and live the highest quality of life that you can live. So I'm going to just get off of here because we're at that time, and I want to give Ashley a few minutes. I know we got started maybe a few minutes behind, but I want to give Ashley a little bit of time to share with you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Annette. Real quick, one question somebody had was, could you repeat the oils that you used for the round ligament pain back in the beginning when you were talking about what you used for pregnancy? There was Aroma Touch and a few others.
Yes, I used, it was a combination of layering and, Copaiba, Aroma Touch, marjoram. I, at the time, used white fir because white fir is such a great pregnancy. It was in the book a lot. So I used white fir, but Siberian fir is very similar. So you can use that. And there was one other oil. Oh, I used deep blue. Awesome. Diluted. Not a ton of it, use a lot of common sense with that. You wouldn't use 20 drops of deep blue, but a few drops of deep blue is very, very supportive.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Annette. That was awesome. I learned a lot. So I know a lot of people on here did as well. There was some really great conversation in the chat. So before we end, I just want to share with you really quickly why I take the time to teach others about the power of essential oils. Because we would be doing you a total disservice if we didn't spend just a few minutes on what I affectionately refer to as the icing on the doTERRA cake. So I have had some incredibly powerful experiences with essential oils, but truly sharing essential oils with others and building my own business with doTERRA is what has really changed life for my family. I literally felt an obligation to share what I now refer to as the oil gospel and teach others how they can have total control over their health, that there is another way than the one that we've been conditioned to, and that our oftentimes broken healthcare system is not always our only option. So the other reason I'm telling you this story is because 7 years ago, I never would have thought I would ever have the ability to raise my kids from home and work from home. We are a 2-income household, period. And I know that is the case for so many people. So doTERRA has provided me with such an amazing and unexpected blessing with the ability to design my own schedule, be there for my children, and still provide for my family. I'm no longer tied down to somebody else's plan for my day. I'm not missing a minute with my kids. We can go on vacation. I can take time off whenever I want. And, I'm still getting paid the entire time. Residual income is powerful, you guys. But what is even more is that I absolutely love what I do. I get to connect with people to learn about their personal goals and challenges. I get to teach them how to effectively use natural solutions that are going to enable them to live a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life, and empower them with the tools that they need to do the same for the people that they love. I also get to partner with some pretty incredible women, Annette being one of them, and help them create a clear path towards, better health, financial freedom, and a career with massive impact for good, that really just inspires them to change their lives and really bless the lives of those around them. It's such an incredible thing. So I just want you guys to know that with doTERRA, this is an opportunity that every single wholesale customer has available to them if they choose. Okay, whether you're looking to just get your oils paid for and get that free doTERRA healthcare, as we like to call it, or if you're looking to maybe supplement your income to maybe start saving for retirement, or pay off some debt, pay for college, or if you're looking for a change that's really going to bring more significance to what you do and provide you with more than enough financially and enable you to support your family for literally generations to come. There is so much opportunity available through doTERRA. So if this is an option that you're looking to explore a bit more, get in touch with the person who invited you here. And if you're not sure who to talk to, let us know. We'll figure it out for you. But, we want to guide you every step of the way. There are some amazing new resources available through doTERRA to help you find success. And now more than ever, it is an amazing time to get involved. So for me personally, being able to support my family by educating others on solutions that are going to really empower them to just live a healthier, happier, and fuller life, it is such an incredible blessing. And we are all super grateful that you guys are here sharing in this passion and this mission with us this evening. So that is, I think, all we have for you guys tonight.
And we have a couple more things. We have a drawing that Tennille is going to help us with. And we also have the keyword and the Google document form is down in the comments. So the Google Doc, you click on that, and the keyword tonight is healthy. So make sure you fill out your form so that you are on your way. And Tennille is going to draw 3 different draws. And the first one is for a 15 mil adaptive and a 10 mil tamer roller.
All right, so I've got all of you guys' names in here. It's been so fun just to watch the comments go through and support for one another. So the first winner is Lynn Hamilton. Are you here? Because you need to be here to win. Can't see the chats. Okay, Lynn's here.